Hello everyone. We are from Group AMIGO. We have chosen the social penetration theory with the issue building of a relationship between colleague in the workplace. Social penetration theory is the development and growth of interpersonal relationships, thus enhancing one's popularity. The theory mainly discusses the interaction between people and describes how to maintain the relationship between two or more people. The theory also explains that a new relationship may not be very familiar at first, but it will gradually become intimate as it moves into the level of contact and understanding between people. Social penetration theory shows that if individuals are willing to continuously disclose and share their personal information and preferences, the previously alienated and unfamiliar relationship will become closer as the time goes by. Atman and Tyler introduced onion layer images in explaining this theory. Onions symbolize a person's appearance from outside to inside. This proves that onion layer images have a way to help people express themselves and greatly affect the intimacy between people. Onions are used as models to describe the internal and external structure of people. People's personality and temper can be compared with the onion layer, including its external core, such as height, weight, gender, and so on. At the same time, the inner side of the onion layer is compared to human semi-personal behavior. These inner layers describe the depths of people's hearts. This type of interior emotion can only be seen by someone intimate. This inner core refers to the unique individual self. For example, people's inner emotions, they are hidden, and the public is difficult to realize. There are 4 stages of relationship development, namely orientation, exploratory affective exchange, and stable exchange. Firstly, it is the orientation phase. The orientation phase is considered as non-personal communication because only the very public information is disclosed during the communication process. This is the orientation phase when we only share surface or outermost information about us with people. At this initial stage, people should be careful about the disclosure of personal messages. The second phase of social penetration theory is to explore the effective stage. At this stage, interpersonal relationships will develop with the stripping of several layers of personality, so personality can be expressed through verbal and nonverbal communication. The relationship became closer. The range of topics discussed between individuals may increase, but these topics often reveal the public oneself at this stage. Personality begins to appear. As we move into the third phase, affective exchange, communication will focus more on deeper assessment and critical feelings. People start peeling off more of the outer layers until almost the entire personality and inner emotions appear. Parties in communication will understand and develop the relationship between each other and begin to discuss personal topics. People will not easily choose to enter this stage unless they get considerable and equal returns from their communication partners. Lastly, it comes to the stage stable exchange. This is the final stage of this theoretical communication relationship. At this stage, all external and internal levels will be deprived to fully reveal the inner and core world of personality. At this stage, private and self-personal information will be slowly and continuously disclosed. Of personality. At this stage, private and self-personal information will be slowly and continuously disclosed. Although the theory has been criticized for having very few stages within the theory, all of these stages can be related to real-life situation and experiences. For example, an individual starts a new job at a new workplace. The individual will have to form a new relationship with all of the core workers, and this relates to the first stage of the theory. Orientation. This stage can be known as small talk or first impression stage. The communicator will begin to observe each other's actions, clothes, behavior and more so that they can exchange non-intimate information about themselves to get to know each other. Exploratory effective exchange. Communicators start to talk more about themselves, for example, hobbies, work, economy and more. But private and deeply personal information has not generated. Casual friendship has developed and most of the people choose to stay at this level of relationship. Affective exchange. Communicators start to talk more about private and deeply personal information. Communicators feel so relaxed and comfortable enough to talk good or bad things to each other. Argument and criticism occur between each other. Cable exchange. The relationship between the communicators is open and comfortable. They can predict how the other person will react to some types of information. As the relationship proceeds into this stage, all of the previous information has led to a comfortable relationship. Social penetration theory defined the growth of personal relationships as something linked with laborers' self-divulgence. The relationships grow due to the key points including the situation, cost and personality. First and foremost, the uniqueness of onion metaphor somehow has explained that this theory makes disclosure more active. In other words, disclosure more active. In other words, self is not simply revealed but is constructed depending on the worker's inner self, or known as personality. Second, social penetration theory can reduce uncertainty, which will guide those laborers to have healthy relationships with everyone, including the bosses. Furthermore, another strength of social penetration theory is making the relationships last longer. It is not easy to be comfortable and be open with anyone else that we just met for a short period of time. The first one is the need to take account of gender, because male workers are less open towards some issues happening at the workstation compared to female staff. They tend to keep quiet to themselves for not to speak up even though they think they are on the right side, different from the women. Besides, the highest reciprocity may occur at middle levels, which can be cycles of disclosure, and reserve is also one of the weaknesses. As the employees or even the employer himself, within the connections, some of them feel that there is closeness towards self-disclosure. In addition, social penetration theory can lessen the self-centeredness in someone's attitude, mainly for those who have close relationships with other staff at the workplace, either for lovebirds or mutual affairsmates. In short, the utility of social penetration theory is that it tells us how each relationship should develop properly. The way they develop must be based on the stage they are in, or the stage they stop and retire. The theory can also help us understand how our behavior makes us understand each other in the process of communication.